speaking of running, I mean, my God, signing Derrick Henry may be one of the most on-brand Ravens maneuvers I can recall. What was your conversation with him like in, bringing him in, selling the program, or him selling himself to you in any way, shape, or form, John?
Yeah, it's a great question. I guess it's if you can't beat him, sign him, and that's what we were able to do with him. It really was not much conversation at all because we wanted him to be here and he wanted to be here. And it was a crazy day with the first day of free agency and all the running backs going off the board. And we were, I won't say we were caught off guard, but we certainly didn't expect them all to sign so quickly. But the guy we wanted was the guy that didn't go off the board. And, we've been talking to his agent all along and we knew he wanted to be here. And I think he knew that we wanted him here. And he's a great fit for us. Can't wait for him to put the pads on and start running the ball for the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, let's just try and put in the mind's eye of a Ravens fan. What does it look like? Obviously you got a fullback there. Harbaugh's like to use fullbacks. But obviously your quarterback's gonna be in shotgun a lot. What's the scheme plan that you're willing to reveal here involving him for you?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I don't think I'd be giving anything away if I said that it's going to be what we do. And it's going to be Derrick Henry doing it within the structure of what we've built around Lamar, and he's going to be just fine. And I think what it's going to look like is what it's looked like in Tennessee, him running for a lot of yards, and maybe even in some ways we'll create some opportunities because we're going to possibly spread the defense out just a little bit more. There won't be as many eyes on him, maybe not as many helmets directed toward him when he gets the ball, and we'll be able to create just a little more space for him. At least that's our goal. That's what we're trying to create with what we're doing offensively, and just give him some seams. I mean, one thing we always used to say with Derrick Henry on defense was you can't let him get started. If he gets started, it's going to be hard to stop him. You got to stop him before he gets started. And hopefully with this offense, that's going to be really hard to do.
And I know head coaches in the NFL, and certainly you've been that for, now almost 2 decades, are a page-turning bunch. But I would like to ask, how often do you think about the AFC Championship game and the run-pass split that was such a conversation after it?
Right. I mean, it's a great conversation. It's definitely wasn't the goal, and I think what the Chiefs basically decided to do, Steve Spagnuolo, their great defensive coordinator, basically said, we're going to make you beat us in a certain way. And it was going to be by beating press coverage with a loaded box. And how are you going to do that? And we need to make plays against that really in the passing game, to be honest with you, in order to do that. Or we had to pack the whole formation in and just play an old school 3 yards in a cloud of dust game, which we've done before, but that really wasn't our game plan going in. That's not the way we tried to do it. So how I look at it is, and how Lamar looks at it, and he and I have had this conversation, is that we've got to build ourselves up in ways that we can handle that in the future and deal with that when it comes up, and basically make people pay for playing us in that kind of defense. So, we weren't able to do it in that game the way we wanted to do it, and we're going to have to figure out a way to do it pretty soon here, because we're going to play those guys and Pittsburgh and other teams that play us like that real soon again.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.